I mean, of course, the way they're managing their diaries, they don't have time. So you have to address your diary and you have to decide what the outcome you want from your diarized week should be. Scheduling matters. You know, for instance, people who have measurably poor initial recharge levels should be very serious about managing their key meetings into the mornings, because it is probable they will underperform in the afternoons until they've learned to recover at lunchtime and recharge their batteries.
Okay.
So the answer is, you've just got to reconstruct, and that's why working with people like you, Wanda, is so important, because once you've got the data, it's empirical. And one of the key things is, when the data we've gathered, executives are on average 30% inaccurate in self-assessing, self-reporting their physiological condition. Elite Olympians are about 4 or 5% inaccurate at worst. They're very, very good at it. It's a learned skill. So the message to an executive is, if you think you can manage your optimal energy, you're probably almost certainly wrong, and badly wrong. I mean, we have guys who say, I'm a 10 out of 10 for sleep. The answer is no. On our scale, you're a 4. And you know, and some people say, no, I'm a really resilient person. And we say, well, you could be 3 times more resilient on our scores. Would you like to know what that feels like? All you're doing is living in a subjective paradigm, which has been defined by your prior experience.
Yeah, I believe that as I coach people, particularly at this moment in time where everybody's stress levels are way up because of the pandemic and the at home and all the demands that are coming accordingly, and the lack of recovery. So many people have normal recovery things that involve friends or going for a restaurant or a vacation or a downtime, and it just isn't there. And so I'm seeing the stress levels already at near ceiling. And then all we need is one little tiny thing to go awry, and there's no capacity left to dealing with it. So that's what you're saying. And
yeah, that's what fatigue is. It's a physiological phenomenon. You reach the point whereby, and it accelerates, and we talk about the pressure performance curve in this context. If you put too much pressure on a human being, physiologically, their body starts to close down. It just refuses to take more stress. What that means is, and we'll all have seen that with colleagues, they stop responding in a normal way, in a predictable way. You suddenly find extroverts becoming very introspective and unresponsive, or introverts becoming excessively exuberant. That is strange psychological behavior, but it's being driven by a physiological imbalance, which means that their body is not supporting their normal behavior any longer.
Right.